Ciao ragazzi, this is Talk Calcio TV on YouTube. Buonasera a tutti. Welcome to this episode of Talk Calcio TV. Now, usually after a game's finished, and whether it's Champions League, Serie A, even the national team, we give our reaction straight after. Apologies that we are doing it this afternoon on a Saturday. Unfortunately, last night's friendly between Argentina and Italy, which of course ended 2-0 to the Albiceleste at the Etihad Arena, was not on UK television, and we couldn't find a stream or any channel that was showing it. So we basically spent this afternoon watching the highlights, listening to the interviews, reading the reports. So apologies, we didn't upload it straight after the game had finished last night, but here is our reaction in this episode. Before last night's friendly at the Etihad Stadium in Manchester, home of Manchester City, there was tributes paid to, of course, David Azzurri, who passed away unexpectedly at the age of 31 on the 4th of March. Italy had an inscription on their shirt which translated, "David with us forever." Azzurri, as you know, won 14 senior caps for the Azzurri, played with many players both in Italy and in the Argentina squad or against them during his time in Serie A. There was a minute silence held before the match itself. Italy against England at Wembley next week will have that inscription on their shirt, "David with us forever," yet again. Gianluigi Buffon was winning his 176th cap. He said that the passing of his friend David Azzurri was the inspiration which made him reverse his decision from international retirement. Lionel Messi, Argentina's inspirational captain, he was missing. He was watching from the stands along with Sergio Aguero. Serie A's top two goal scorers, that is Gonzalo Higuain of Juventus and Ciro Immobile of Lazio, they were facing off for their respective nations. Chelsea reserve goalkeeper Willy Caballero, he was making his debut at the age of 36 for Argentina. Now it goes to show, good things come to those who wait. In the first half then it was 0-0. Gianluigi Buffon made a couple of great saves to deny both Diego Perotti of Roma and his Juventus teammate Gonzalo Higuain. Italy had a bit of a pass and move a lot in the first half. You looked at the squad at the starting 11, you think there is some strength and depth. The likes of course, Florenzi was starting along with Rugani. He started with Immobile from Verratti from PSG, who I've never been a fan of, was also playing. They kind of held their own in the first half. Argentina, though, took the lead on 75 minutes. Former Inter Milan player, of course, Ivo Barrega, his diagonal shot went into the bottom corner of the net. Quite a slick move, build-up from the Albiceleste Argentina in the build-up, you know. I've got to say, on the strike, don't get me wrong, he took it well. Gianluigi Buffon, though, all his age and his experience, he should be getting down to that ball quicker. He's just stood there. You know, it looked as if it was too easy and unexpected for that ball to go in. I think Barrega could believe his luck either, especially the American commentators. There was footage we had to watch to analyse this game. Italy then, of course, as you know, just before that, Lorenzo Insigne had a chance to put Italy ahead. You know, right in front of the goal, he wraps his foot around the ball and it goes past Caballero. Now, if that's in Serie A, the ball hits the post and goes in, knowing Insigne's luck. But for Azzurri in Italy, it just didn't happen there. Then the goal scoring was completed on 85 minutes. Of course, Manuel Lanzini of West Ham United. What a goal that was, second goal. I thought Buffon could have prevented the first. I don't think he could have done much about the second, although in the build-up, Daniel Rugani sort of backed off. Lanzini dummies a shot and then he takes it on, he rifles it into the top corner. Buffon at full stretch, no chance there. So Argentina, of course, won the friendly itself 2-0. Luigi Di Biagio, Italy's interim manager, said after the game, and I quote here, "We must continue with these individuals and this system." Di Biagio, of course, played a 4-3-3 system, which is a regular occurrence as an Italy under-21 manager. "We tried to start moves from the back and press the opposition freely, but we didn't manage it in the first half because we were up against a fantastic team in Argentina." Now, as for my thoughts on the game itself, you know, I think I said it Thursday, I was struggling to find enthusiasm and being optimistic about this one because we're not going to the World Cup. You know, the manager is temporary, Di Biagio. I think I've said this previously, he's not the man for the job. We need the likes of Allegri or Ancelotti or even Mancini. Di Biagio, I'm sorry, this would be too soon for him, and if he failed with Italy, would he ever get another job? No, I don't think he would. Now, this is my only criticism is, you know, Gianluigi Donnarumma, in my opinion, has earned the right to play in goal for Italy now, to start. You know, Gianluigi Buffon, 40 years of age, now, he's a legend. Let's take nothing away from him or discourage him or disrespect him. Possibly one of the best goalkeepers, not just Italian, maybe that's ever lived. We'll let you decide on that one. But, you know, it comes a time where you have to say, a bit like Arsenal fans say about Arsene Wenger, thanks for the memories, but it's time to move on. Yeah, okay, he made a couple of good saves in the first half, but, you know, this is about the future of Italy now. Why are we selecting players that have, quite frankly, not performed from the 2010 World Cup out in the group stage? Last World Cup in Brazil, out in the group stage again. This World Cup not qualified. You know, we're still selecting players that are hanging on from that. You know, I'm sorry, Buffon, inspiration, I'm sure his presence is. Di Biagio said his reason was for selecting him his presence. But what presence is it? You know, Donnarumma has earned his stars and stripes. He deserves to be Italy's goalkeeper now. He deserves to be the number one starting in goal. Buffon has been the number one for the Azzurri nearly 20 years. You know, we can't mock his service and how great he has been during his prime, but it's time to move on. You know, why is Di Biagio picking someone that even he played against for the Azzurri in Italy? I think Donnarumma must start, and I think it's time. You know, they really have to forget this now with Buffon. Okay, if these two friendlies were a goodbye gesture, then I can understand that. Respect where it's due. But seriously, Donnarumma is now the man to start in goal. Not Buffon, not even Salvatore Sirigu, who can't even get in the team at PSG, of course, is on loan at Torino. It has to be Donnarumma to start. You know, Buffon was given his chance young. Give the same chance to Donnarumma and we could have a good goalie for the next 20 years. I have criticism, of course, so I'm not a fan of Ciro Immobile. He's always scoring all the time for Lazio. With Italy, we just do not see it. Of course, Catroni, we did see him feature last night. He looked okay. But, you know, Immobile, it's not working. Yeah, it seems that Di Biagio seems to pick the same players. Yes, all right, we're playing Argentina. Now, you know, Argentina, of course, didn't have Messi playing. And you look at the bags of talent. You know, on paper, my predictions to win the World Cup, I'm saying you never write off Germany, of course. That's the golden rule. I'm going to say it's between Spain and Argentina. You know, that was without some key players. No Aguero, no Messi, no Icardi, no Dybala. You know, and that was a strong team from Argentina still. It was a friendly, so they're not going to play their best, let's be honest. But, you know, Italy can't use the excuse, oh, well, we lost to Argentina. Yet, the friendly, in my opinion, is pointless. But Di Biagio has to give the players a run out. Give some of the players from the under-21s a run out. Don't keep hanging on to people from tournaments that have been in the Italian squad nearly 20 years now. I'm sorry, you have to move on. But what isn't helping, of course, as you know, I've said previously, there is no Italian FIGC board in place right now. You know, you have to start from scratch like Germany did. Look after the embarrassment of Euro 2004 in Portugal. They ripped up their plans of German football. They restarted. The government got involved. Italy's government, in a country which is already disjointed, as we know, and in a mess, at the moment, there just doesn't seem to be any urgency. You know, this is November since we failed against Sweden and Ventura was sacked. You know, not to even have a manager at this moment is worrying. One thing I am a bit optimistic about, given Alessandro Costacurta's words the other day, who's currently one of the temporary chiefs of the Italian FA, he said, he dropped the thing up, possibly Ancelotti might be interested after all. Ancelotti recently said in an interview, if the structure's in place, he would consider taking the job. Now, for weeks and months, it looked like Ancelotti's nailed on to replace Arsene Wenger at Arsenal. If it is, it'd be great if you're an Arsenal fan. If you're me, who want him as Italy manager, I hope he comes to the Azzurri. So maybe it'll be a bit of a tug of war here. But there's no doubt Di Biagio is not the man. Buffon, I'm sorry, it's time to go. No more. Give Donnarumma or whoever youngsters coming up a chance now. It seriously must be the case instead of hanging on to these other players. Others, I think, you know, like I've said, Marco Verratti already. Some of them, I've got to say, even at Paris Saint-Germain this year, he's looked out of place. It looks as if he just seemed to peak too early for the Italian team. You know, he had that good game against England in the last World Cup, of course, in the group stage when Italy won 2-1. But for Paris Saint-Germain, he looks out of place. He looks out of place in this Azzurri. You know, he's just lack of physical presence. You know, he's meant to be a ball winner, but he's no Daniele De Rossi, that's for sure. So where do we go from here? Of course, as you know, we're playing England at Wembley next week. Now, England beat Holland last night 1-0 against a poor Dutch side. Even the England squad's depleted at the moment. Now, you can't really say from the friendly against Italy they'll win the World Cup, or no, they won't, because it's just a friendly. Going into this one, of course, they won last night. Goal from Jesse Lingard. It'll be interesting on at Wembley during the week, but I've got to say to Di Biagio, drop Immobile and Buffon, please. Give the others who have earned their chance a run. Yeah, all right, it's a pointless friendly, I'm not going to lie, at the end of it, but, you know, that's the only way that these players can prove themselves. Give them a chance, a run out. Lorenzo Insigne, I've got to say, as good he is with Napoli with Mertens and Hamsik alongside him, yeah, he could have given us the lead last night. Even he sometimes looks a bit too lightweight, just doesn't seem to reproduce that form for Napoli. Same with Jorginho. Some of the players, whoever the coach is, has definitely got a tough job on his hand, it pains me to say it. So thanks for watching this episode of Talk Calcio TV. Let us know what you thought against Argentina last night in our 2-0 defeat in the friendly. Was the friendly a waste of time? Is Di Biagio being too sentimental to the likes of Buffon? Is it time Immobile is dropped once and for all? Tell us what you think. Like, comment below, and don't forget to subscribe to Talk Calcio TV on YouTube, as well as hop over to our Facebook page and give us a like. We will have a feature next episode in the build-up between the friendly at Wembley next week. That is England against Italy, so stay tuned for that one. Arrivederci. Ciao.